Hello, and welcome to Earth SciShow, the podcast that brings you the latest and greatest discoveries in science and geology. I'm your host, Mr. Earth Guy. Today we'll be talking about a new research paper that was released by the Oxford University that has shown that the devastating Hunga Tonga volcanic eruption in January 2022 created the tallest volcanic plume ever recorded. And don't forget, if you're a fan of this podcast, please do remember to hit that follow and like and leave us a review if you have time. The Hunga Tonga eruption was a massive underwater volcanic explosion that took place near Tonga, a small island nation in the southern Pacific. The eruption caused tsunamis that were felt as far away as Russia, the United States, and Chile, and claimed 6 lives, including 2 people in Peru, 10,000 kilometers away. The eruption also generated an ash cloud that reached an astonishing height of 57 kilometers, or 35 miles, which is the first time a volcanic plume has been observed in the mesosphere, a layer of the atmosphere more commonly associated with shooting stars. The previous record holder, the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, caused a plume that was recorded as 40 kilometers high, although accurate satellite images were not available at this time. So how did researchers measure the height of the Tonga plume? They used a technique based on a phenomenon called the parallax effect. This effect can be seen by closing your right eye and holding out one hand with the thumb raised upwards. If you switch eyes so the left is closed and your right is open, the thumb will appear to shift slightly against the background. By measuring this apparent change in position and combining this with the known distance between your eyes, you can calculate the distance between your eyes and your thumb. The researchers applied this method to the aerial images captured by 3 geostationary weather satellites 36,000 kilometers up in space. These satellites recorded images every 10 minutes during the eruption, enabling the rapid changes in the plume's trajectory to be documented. Dr. Simon Proud, a National Centre for Earth Observation senior scientist at Oxford University and one of the authors of the study, said, "It is the first time we've ever recorded a volcanic plume reaching the mesosphere. Krakatoa in the 1800s might have done as well, but we didn't see that in enough detail to confirm." He also said, "The interesting thing is this eruption put a lot of water into the mesosphere, which is usually a very dry part of the atmosphere. This makes the eruption a useful test case for how well our climate and weather models can cope with unexpected and extreme conditions." There was so much water ejected into the mesosphere that it weighed around 146 megatons. And given the ascent rate of the eruptive column being around 40 meters per second, that translates into the flux of water comparable to the discharge of the Amazon River. In about 4 hours, the volcanic cloud grew to the size of Germany and, carried by strong winds in the stratosphere, circumnavigated the globe in only 1 week. While the longer-term effects of this volcanic eruption are yet to be known, the available data provide enough evidence to rank this eruption among the most remarkable climatic events in modern observational era. That's all for today's episode on Earth SciShow. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for more fascinating stories from the world of science. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your family and friends and leave us a rating or review. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.